Last time in your Geek Fix, we finished the right leg with all the details and even tested the motor. That was pretty exciting, but were you aware that this R2-D2 also has a lightsaber ejection unit? That's what we'll be building today on this episode of your Geek Fix. I've been told that some of these builds were kind of boring, and that's because we couldn't do more than just take parts out. I mean, parts were arriving and we were able to see them, but now we're actually getting into the good stuff. We're building a lot of things that are actually the parts that interested me the most in R2, one of them being this projector that we put together over here. And now today, we're gonna be putting together the ejection unit for the lightsaber. Yeah, there's a lightsaber that comes out of the top of his head just like in the movie. This box comes with issues 35 through 38. Also inside, it is finally that time again where we get our free gift. This is the free gift that they sent this time. And what we get is a graphic notebook so that I can literally graph things and design things. Actually, this is not bad. I've been needing something like this, so perfect. It even has a little way to keep it closed and also to save your space. So yeah, little R2-D2 graph book. We also have a bunch of parts that are familiar that we've already put together before. So there's some things that we're going to be doing again that are going to seem familiar. Now keep in mind, with the number of issues that we have to go through, we've actually pretty much made it to the halfway point for this R2 build, so that's kind of exciting. These issues start getting into a lot of the music. Actually, if it wasn't for the music, this movie might not have made it. If you got to see the original version that they tested, it didn't have the music in it, looked awful. I mean, it looked like a horrible, low-budget science fiction movie. Getting John Williams, who's really been attached to some of the biggest movies in the field, was pretty important. And think of that introduction. I mean, the way that they introduced it. I tried to do something similar with one of my videos recently. Started out by having loud noise and music going right off the bat. Kind of catches your attention. We also learned a lot about the different types of robot friends or intelligence that were out there. There's actually a new one that's been released recently that is, I think, $1,000 for the robot, and then you have to pay a subscription fee to be able to keep it updating and working. And so, if you've got that kind of money, good on you. Also, as I mentioned in our last episode, matte painting, which is something that, like I said then, this is what I really wanted to do. I thought that this was the way to go, the way of the future, my future. But, of course, computer graphics kind of changed that, and a lot of the matte painters that were out there no longer really exist or aren't in the field anymore. Oh, there's also a lot in here about self-driving cars and sensors. This R2 unit will be able to drive itself around, sense the area, and basically go into a sentry mode. So that's pretty exciting. Starting off with issue 35, which is this bag right here. Oh, there's a lot more screws to add to my screw collection. Some springs. I think I'm going to leave this part inside the package until we actually do something with it. I get nervous now about taking things out. And so it looks like what we're going to be starting off with are these parts right here. And sure enough, I'm going to have to open this up. These springs look like the ones that I used in the Pip-Boy. First off, we take one side right here, and I'm going to be taking one of these, it looks like. This is the catch, and we're going to line it with the projecting post near one of the ends of the tube, just like this. Okay, easy enough. Then we put one of the springs on the outside. Oh man, that scares me. But okay, There we go. And then we're taking these little pieces right here. This is all that's going to be holding that spring on. And I'm going to be screwing that on just like this. And now I'm going to screw it down like so. Okay. There we go. And done for that one. Okay. Now it looks like we do the same thing on the opposing side. Drop that down, put the spring on, and then hit this with a self-driving screw, self-sinking, whatever you want to call it. All right, there it goes. And then, well done, okay, excellent. We're gonna be taking those two sides and sticking them together just like that. I haven't done anything with this yet. I guess that's not involved in this build from what I'm seeing. Press the parts together, aligning the 5 fixing holes indicated. Screw the tube together at all 5 points. Alright, oh okay, just the points where it touches, I guess, is what they're saying. Still using the same screws, okay. Still, see. Boy, I'm hoping I get to see the lightsaber pretty soon too. But I'm not seeing the lightsaber yet, so we'll see. Alright, so that's what everything looks like so far. This is just the shell projecting our lightsaber. Completed assembly, okay. That is done. Now, we move on to issue 36. 36, we're going to be doing something we've done before. This is not something new. It looks like, let's see here, 36 right here. We're putting some greeblies together. Actually, as I remember, last time we had to use glue. Do I need glue again? Probably so. Ah, boy. It doesn't say anything on here about glue this time. Okay. Then, there we go. So, we're going to be taking first the round pieces. It doesn't look like it matters too much which one, but they do have a certain way that they go on. So you have that indicator that fits right into these, just like that. And then on the back, I'm using the silver screws that came with this kit, with the last one. And, boy, that seems like it's... Okay, there we go. There's one. Okay, and then this goes on so that this portion is pointing up, it looks like. So like this, yep, sure enough. And 2 more of those screws going into these holes here. Of course, getting one in will help me with being able to get the other one in. All right, so going on to now 37. I'm so glad that we're not doing the whole leg, as we just barely finished one of the legs all at once. So in this issue, actually we're going to work on the drive motor, the one that actually ejects the lightsaber. So we're opening up this box. No hidden screws, that's good. And I wonder if we'll get it tested too. Won't that be exciting? Here's a couple parts, a little tiny motor actually. And here's our saw gears and our actual round gear. And the black piece, I'm guessing we're going to use this one maybe. We'll see. Okay. So, there's a lot of steps to this one. for the number of pieces it has, but maybe that's because we're using some of the existing parts that we already have. So the first thing that we're going to be doing is taking this piece right here and this piece right here, and we're going to be connecting those together. Let's see. Yep, just like this. And it looks like we're using the 2.3 by 6 millimeter tapping screws, which are the same ones we were already working with, on down into there, just like that. So, like this. Okay. And then we get out our motor. We're gonna untie this a little bit, just like that. All right. And then we're gonna be taking this piece right here. Like this. We're gonna be taking it like this. We're going to first, we're sticking the wire through here first, and then sliding that until we get to our motor, which then slides into place like this, I guess. Perfect. It only fits one way around, it says, so that's great. When it's in there, press the motor all the way home. Okay, all the way home. All right, yeah. It doesn't snap into place or anything that I can see, so whatever. Then we're taking this gear right here, and we're fitting that cross-shaped socket onto the gear, the motor shaft. So we're doing it just like that, right there. Oh, I guess that's what's going to hold that motor into place. I just figured out. All right, onto that shaft. Perfect. We're going to take out these wires right here. We've got two green pieces at this side, and one of them is yellow, one is black. We're going to line up the switch of the black lead. I guess the way that it fits is like this. You flip it over, and it just kind of slides on to here, like that. So that's our black lead. And then, when we've got that, I'm going to take the other switch, the yellow one, and I'm going to be bringing it over here and doing the opposite thing right here. I wonder if these are cutoff switches, is what my guess is, so that when it hits a certain distance, it knows. Although, one of them doesn't. Oh yeah, it does click as well. Okay, so we've got those, and they're all lined up and pressed on. Then, I bring my gear switch. We're going to be connecting that, fitting the rack onto the DF8 as far to the left as possible. So, before we hit the switch, I believe. So, there's a little box here, plus there's my switch right there. And so it's going to fit just like that, I guess. What we're going to do is we're going to fit the other piece right here on top of this. So we're going on top without ruining anything as best we can. Just like that. All right. Now we're doing those tapping screws. We're putting them through. There's so many things that they could have just given to you, that they could have just said, we'll just take care of that for you. Here's the drive motor. Nope. You got to do it all yourself. So that's kind of cool, right? I think I need to use my other screwdriver. Whew. Okay, I got it. And then one last one. Whew, I'm sweating. I'm literally sweating here. And, whew. So hot. Okay, that's it. There it is. I wonder when we get to test that, going back and forth. So this must push up the lightsaber or something. I don't know. But, oh, we're not done. So now, we're going to take this piece and we're going to take our completed Lightsaber storage case, and it looks like it fits together. Alright, so this is supposed to fit into here, and then this part fits into there. And then we're just using tapping screws. I'm putting this piece back here. Alright, there we go. So we got that all put together. That's about that. Now, in issue 38, we're going to be working on this portion of the leg again. This one right here. And we're putting this side down first, and then we're sticking this over here like so. So these parts fit through just like that. And then I thought that we would actually screw it together, but just like last time, it's just kind of like just to see that it does go together. There's that going to that, and we're not doing anything else with it. So it's just those two parts. We'll put those over here. Then we're going back to the leg that I thought we completed. And actually, earlier I said I suppose that the reason why we weren't plugging these holes was because they would be out of the way. No, it's just we're doing it now. So we're going to take all of these little pegs and we're going to be popping those into these holes. Kind of completing the appearance. Okay, there we go. And there we go. Now it looks just a little bit cleaner. And that is the end of that box. Once again, kind of finishing some things off. Now, I want to thank Fanhome for providing these parts. Also, if you're interested in actually purchasing this model, check the links below. And don't forget to use the promo code R2-D2. Also, don't forget to check out our Iron Man build and other big videos that we got on the way. In the meantime, like, subscribe, comment below. This is your Geek Fix.